Back with another video. Blueface's DaMama apologizes to Chrisean and says Blueface needs to take accountability. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my videos, and go ahead and share it if you like. So now DaMama is talking, she's live. She apologizes to Chrisean, but she gives some gems too. But I'm gonna let y'all get into this, and I'm gonna talk a little bit as the video is going.
Lord put it on my heart to hold Mr. Jonathan accountable and not so much anger towards Miss Rock. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a public confession. I know y'all recording this, about to send it everywhere. Miss Rock, I apologize for holding you accountable for my grown-ass son. Even though I feel like you could have been a much better choice of influence. He is an adult. And he has the final say in the decisions that he makes.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. This apology is well overdue, but at the same time, I feel like it's not really a genuine apology. But I guess it's just how she does what she does.
And I feel like if somebody was blaming Callie for their son's wrongdoings and she was participating in such activities, I would hold her accountable. But at the end of the day, he did make he has to make the final decision, because I do hold Callie's ex-husband accountable for driving her to an unsafe location, to put her in harm's way, regardless of how he felt about the situation. He knew he couldn't beat my son up. He knew it was a possibility that my son was going to protect Rock, and he still drove my daughter there. And I still, held him accountable as the man. So yes, I probably have been a little biased in not holding John accountable, as I've held Callie's ex-husband accountable. But that's what mothers do. We favor our own until we have to look in the mirror one day and accept responsibility. Because definitely if I raised him to be a quarterback and make the best decisions on the field, he should be making the best decisions at home. I love my son. I love all my kids with all my heart. Yes, we do. We favor our own children. But I just had to look at it from a different perspective. I had to look at it from, how I feel about Callie's situation to how I feel about Miss Rock. And I don't hold grudges. I don't feel like I'm biased toward fought me or kicked me in my head. Like I said, I've been in fights my whole life, so that wasn't a big deal for me.
Okay, now she's saying she's not holding a grudge because Chrisean kicked her in the head and all of that stuff. Me personally, let my son's baby mama, girlfriend, or whatever you want to call her, kick me in my head. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be a grudge hell. You kicked me in my head, so I feel like that's part of what she's upset with, and I feel like she got a right to be upset with that. This girl done kicked her in her head, and now you supposed to be with my son.
The big deal was just the choice of words and things that ring in my head that she said about me never getting my son back or never seeing my son. Maybe I felt like maybe I held that in my heart as hardened towards her. Yeah, just the disrespect. It was just, you know what I'm saying? The disrespect was just a bit much. I blame my son definitely for putting me in that situation. And if he showed you his text messages, I privately hold him accountable and talk to him way worse. I think the Rocktards make me speak out a little bit more towards that side of the field, because y'all be going way too crazy and way too hard for strangers. And like I said, most of it don't even be directed towards her, it be directed towards y'all. But that's neither here nor there. Just wanted to get that off my chest this morning so that, I could have a good start on my week. And like I said, I just had to look at it from both perspectives, from, my daughter's perspective and how I held her husband accountable for taking her to a harm's way. Because at the end of the day, he was the man and he made the final decision. So even though, Callie may have influenced him to take her there, I held him accountable for making that decision to go there as the man. Because like I said, what was you going to do? If it didn't go y'all way and you can't, handle my son, you can't handle the people that's there. So I felt like he took her to harm's way. But I held both of them accountable. So don't think that I don't, if I showed y'all the text message that I say to my son, y'all would probably say, you shouldn't be talking to him like that. So don't ever, never, ever get it twisted that, like I said, I'm not one of these mothers that's out here that need their son to pay their rent or need their son to take care of them. Like, I'm not that mom. I don't have to do what my son say. And this is no knock to no mother that has to. But I talk crazy to my son. I say what's on my mind to him. I let him have it. Even when I tried to hold him accountable yesterday, y'all still missed the whole accountability. Like, I've been trying to him the whole time. Like, you got to humble yourself and apologize to your adversaries quickly. And it's taking him way too long to apologize. To me, to his mother, to his sister, to Jaden, to Rock, to whomever. It's taking him way too long to apologize.
Okay, so she said it's taking Blueface too long to apologize to Chrisean and Jaden, but yet you're just apologizing to Chrisean after all of this time. Apparently, he got it honest. He got it from seeing how you react. They learn from their parents, and they learn from other people too, but seeing you didn't apologize until now. How long has it been? It's been some years.
If God give you some time to get your shit together, and it's up to you to get your shit together. We all love Jonathan. That's the baby of our family. He always been the baby. He always gonna be the baby. But that's what it is. So all of that Blue cutting them off, no. Callie worked for hers. Dre worked for his. I worked for mine. Well, I don't gotta work that much no more. But everybody, Carter worked for his. Everybody got work for theirs. I'll never tell y'all no lies. If I'm due an apology, I'm going to give it. And I tell the other kids all the time, if y'all had got rich, you might have felt, you mine too. He's the baby. That's the baby syndrome. It's not yours. It's your mother's. It's your brother's. I didn't get to teach Blue that because you just felt like, oh, it's common sense. But because all we talked about our whole life was getting up here and having this and taking care of one another. I just thought it was, a natural. It was going to be given. They worked hard so that their brother wouldn't have to get out here and, wash ass or wash cars or, be homeless or do no weird stuff to get ahead with them strikes and them felonies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was the plan. So whatever God bless you with is to bless your siblings, your family with. Now, if your mama got a man and she got it like that, by all means. But if she don't, your mama, a house, your brother, a house.
When I say I agree with her on taking care of your family when you get some wealth or you get something, because like even when I get the smallest things, I share. I make sure they have. My mom needs something, I'm calling my mom. When my dad was alive, Dad, you need anything? I was making sure they was good, and that's what you do for your family. Blueface situation, she need to correct him with that. She need to show him what to do because he got her this money, but he's sharing it with everybody but his family, it seems like to me. So I definitely agree with her on that. Anything I get, I make sure my family is good first. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I help my friends and stuff. They need stuff, but my family comes first. But let me add this. You help them. You don't get rid of all your money. That's something you don't do. You don't spend, and they expect it. No, You don't go buy them a house and they expect you to pay the taxes on it. Or you go buy them a car, they expect you to pay the taxes or put the gas in it. Or they expect you to pay the electricity. You don't take it that far, but you do help them. You know what I'm saying? You don't let them take advantage, but you help.
Then you go buy 2 houses. So now we know, since it's in our generation, it's in our blood, we know how to mold and shape it and make sure that it turned out right. He got kids now. He had 1 kid when he signed and got his deal. He had 1 kid at the time. He had a struggling sister with a kid. He had a brother that was in prison on his way home. So he had his dad was in a situation. So he had people and obligations that was supposed to be laid out. But when you don't teach them how to invest and, you know, how to do things properly, we can't hold them accountable. I want from John, no matter how much money or what their status quo is, I want you to be able to be in your kid's life. Period. That's it. That's all I want. And if that means you can't be with somebody because they don't know how to act around your kids, I don't want that for them. I don't want you to have to be able to spend 20% of your time with your kid because you want to run around with somebody that's not eligible for your children. Why would anyone want their grandkids to lack for some woman to be happy? That's never going to be. Why would you even want that for Javon? If y'all out here saying, oh, he needs his daddy, why would you want him to be with somebody that's only going to be eligible for him to see his son 20% of the time? I'll be a fool to enhance that. I'll be a fool to support that. I'm never going to support Javon lacking for somebody to get some cupcake. That's just not. Javon didn't ask to be here. And we already see how people turn out that don't have their parents. So if I'm promoting something, I'm promoting it for Javon. I don't give 2 shits about how happy John is. I didn't get to be happy in my life. I had to do what was right for my kids. I expect the same thing from them for theirs. I couldn't go out and just be with any man, gangster, Suge Knight type of dude. I had to be around responsible, respectable men. Not somebody I wanted to be with. I wanted to run around with a gangster too. I might have wanted to live life and let my hair down. But no, I had to be with somebody respectful and responsible that I could bring around my children. He have to do the same thing. He have to make the same sacrifice that I made for him, for Javon, and for Journey. So if that means he can't be with Jaden or Rock, and he got to be by himself, that's the best thing for his kids, then that's what it is. That's what I'm going to promote. When we have children, we give up our happiness for theirs. Oh yeah, I apologized. I put that out there. I went through my database with God.
Now, I will say DaMama threw some gems out there. You got to take care of your family. You get some, you got to make sure your family is good. But these gems she's throwing out there, she should have made sure she gave those gems to Blueface because he don't have them. That taking care of your family, he don't seem to do that too much. Now, when she was talking about being with somebody and you have kids, you got to be able to see your kids and spend time with your kids, and they shouldn't feel no type of way. Now, I feel like she's throwing that at Chrisean. Chrisean showed plenty of times where she's DMing him and she's texting him and she's saying, go see your kids. And he's like, I don't feel like it. So don't put that on her as if she's making it to where he can't see his kids. She don't mind him going to see his kids. Matter of fact, she's telling him to go see his kids. And he's like, oh, I don't feel like this, or I don't feel like dealing with Jaden, or whatever the case. He makes excuses. So don't put that on her. Now, the whole apology thing, she apologized, but at the same time, she took back and started putting stuff on Chrisean once again. So I felt like that was not a real genuine apology. And she's talking about how Blueface didn't apologize and all this stuff, and how he's taking a long time and all this stuff. You took a long time to apologize to Chrisean for like coming at her. You came at her in the beginning. Like, you didn't care for her in the beginning. You like never gave her a chance. But anyway, y'all comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Banger Play Gang, subscribe to Trish World. Make sure you check me out on social media. Check out my shop. Check out my IGT page. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, be blessed.